landed here, I'm assuming it's because you are considering email marketing, and I am so excited for you. Email marketing changed my business for the better when I finally took it seriously years ago. And now I am so thankful that I made that decision and have continued to grow my list since then. If you don't know me, then hey, I'm Jill Wise, a conversion copywriter, business coach, and brand and marketing strategist. And through both my Done For You studio and education platform, I've worked with, coached, and taught literally hundreds of entrepreneurs how to make good money online. And email marketing is just one piece of that puzzle. So I am so excited for you to be finally taking this seriously. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how you can write email newsletters to your list in just 30 minutes or less every single week with my new free resource. In this video, I'm going to share my advice on how to start an email list in this year, 2025, how I originally started my email list, some strategies that you can try as you gain more experience with email marketing, my recommended tech tools to start an email list, and some tips to get you started on how you are going to actually email your subscribers weekly to continue to warm and nurture those leads. So we have a lot to cover, but let's start with my story of how I started my email list as a copywriter. Above all, you need to remember that everyone starts from somewhere, and that somewhere is usually nothing, zero. I started my email list from absolutely zero back in, I want to say 2018, 2019. I had just gone full-time in my business and I didn't really know what I was doing. At that time, I was working as a copywriter, but I was more focused on brand messaging and websites, and I hadn't gotten into the world of email marketing yet. So just like you, I was starting from zero, but I did know that I needed to give people a reason to sign up. So my very first lead magnet was the launch copy checklist, and it was a very simple checklist. It was just a couple pages that you could use as a potential client of mine to edit your work before you launched it. So if you were going to be writing your own website copy or writing blog posts or anything like that, I wanted you to use this checklist so that you could say, yes, I did that, no, I didn't. And the idea was that this would help people who could be potential clients of mine see how ready they were to publish their copy. And if they were ready, great, they didn't really need me at that time. And if they were not checking yes to all of these boxes, then maybe it would be time for them to consider hiring some help from a copywriter like me. So that lead magnet, I feel like worked really well. It got me my first 200 subscribers, and this was all through just organic efforts. And I started emailing my subscribers monthly, then a little bit more sporadically, but definitely not weekly at that point, until 2020, when I decided that I was going to take email marketing seriously because I had been doing this freelancing thing for a long time, and I knew that I wanted to get into education, digital products, courses, and that kind of thing. So I knew that I needed to focus on my email list in order to build my audience to grow my business in that direction. So taking my email list a little bit more seriously involved creating 2 more lead magnets that were directly tied to the resources that I was going to be selling. One was another checklist that was on different content, and another was a mini course that was based on one of my signature frameworks at the time. A fun fact is that the mini course content still exists as a lead magnet now, and it still gets me new subscribers every single month. It's just tweaked, reformatted, and updated to fit with current trends. So while it is not the same mini course anymore, that content was used, repurposed into a new version of the lead magnet more recently, and that is proof that winning content can stand the test of time. So in the beginning, I mentioned that I used organic marketing to get subscribers from my lead magnets, but in 2020, I also decided that I was going to start running some ads to my lead magnets to accelerate that process, just to the ones that I knew were already working. I don't want you to start dumping a bunch of money into ads until you know that your lead magnets are actually converting and getting subscribers. And you also don't even ever need to put ads on if you don't want to. It's just a good tool to look at if you want to accelerate that growth and you want to not have to create as much content for like social media, for example, but we can talk about those later. I want to pause for a second and talk about why email marketing is so impactful, because it definitely has been for my own business, but also I've seen the impact with clients when we create lead magnets and nurture sequences and start with consistent email marketing, whether that's weekly or more. It can change your business for the better because it alleviates the pressure that you put on social media. So before I started my email list, all of my sales, all of my leads came from social media, Instagram specifically. I was on Instagram the most, and that's where the most of my inbound leads for my copywriting studio came from. Now, most of my leads come through my email channels as a way to get to know me and build that trust before we start working together. At the time of filming this video, I just launched a new group coaching program and we are well underway within the first group cohort. And a lot of the people that have joined my programs in recent years have been on my email list for years. So it really is like the long game, building those relationships so that when you have the right offer and they are in the right situation, matching them up. It's another channel to stay connected in a more impactful way. And it's like planting the seeds now for something that you can grow and will reap the benefits of later. I think it's also really important because as we know, social media can change and you are competing against algorithms and you're trying to be heard over all of the other people that are competing in the same space. While being in someone's inbox is a little bit more intimate. They probably subscribe to a lot fewer email lists than they do follow people on Instagram, for example. It can feel a lot more personal, like you're speaking to someone directly. It opens that direct line of communication if you invite replies, so you are actually responding to your email subscribers directly. You also don't need to feed your email list daily, although you can email your list daily if you would like to. And I personally like that it alleviates the pressure of having visuals as well, because I don't know about you, but I am not camera ready every day. When I'm filming my videos, it's often on a single day to get a few done. So I like that I can send emails to my list and they don't know that I'm in yesterday's t-shirt and have a messy bun on. And I'm just not camera ready. That doesn't matter. And above all, your email list is yours. Those contacts are yours. So if you need to change the tech tools that you're using, or if a social media channel disappears, you at least have those contacts that you can keep in touch with. So when you are choosing to create an email list for your freelance or service-based business, or your digital product business, or your course creation business, you are choosing a few things for yourself. That is flexibility in your marketing, ownership of your results, and long-term growth and sustainability. Basically, you are choosing what and when you send emails to people, you have better chances of actually connecting with your subscribers, and it just feels overall more intimate and personal. And that creates stronger connections, and we know already from this year that connections are going to be the key of what makes some marketing good and some flop. People are tired and we are smarter than ever, so we want to actually connect with people who we share values with. We want help from service providers and course creators and digital product creators who can help us and genuinely connect with us on a personal level. Which leads me to the next topic that I want to cover, which is how to grow an email list in 2025. Like I said, things are different now. Gone are the days where you can whip up a webinar and sell something that way. You need to be more intentional and you need to have more touch points with people and show them that you are a real human being behind screens. Because we've all bought the things before. We've hired the service providers that didn't deliver. We've purchased courses that didn't actually live up to the flashy launches that they had at the beginning. When I first started growing my email list, Fluffy was okay. Everyone just had a simple PDF checklist and that was fine. But now you need to be more intentional. I honestly would not use something as simplistic as my first lead magnet now, because I don't think that that would work now. Now the ones that I see that are working the best are something that is actually helping people take action, because again, we are tired and we are busy. We don't have time to sit and watch a bunch of modules. That's another reason why my original mini course isn't actually a course anymore. It's a lot easier for people to get through the content because they don't have to sit down and watch it all. Originally, that content was dripped over 4 days, so people had to keep coming back every single day, and you're not gonna see that kind of engagement with my audience, at least right now, because you are a busy person and you want the answers fast, you want the results fast. And we are more protective than ever of our emails, so we have to be aware of that and make sure that what we are giving is genuinely good content that is going to help people take action. You need to put your ideal customers first. I'm sure that you've noticed that I'm trying to avoid the phrase give value because I feel like that's really vague. In terms of email marketing and creating lead magnets, I want you to think of how can I put the ideal customer first, and how can I inspire them to take action or change their perspective on something, or how can I give them a quick win? What would actually be helpful for them, and start to build that trust with you. You want to be able to, of course, maintain the integrity of your business, but also respond to their needs and give them a taste of what it would be like to work with you. Now let's get into the specific tips of things that you can do to create your email list. First, we already talked about the lead magnet, of course. I gave examples of mine. That is definitely something that you can do to attract subscribers to your list, is create a good lead magnet. Another thing that you can do is add a footer to your website. If you don't have this yet, that is the simplest way to get subscribers. It might not be the way that generates the most subscribers, but it is there for those who want to stay in touch with you. People use my footer email list sign up on my website all the time. So maybe a lead magnet that I have available at the time isn't the most aligned with what they need, but they still want to stay in touch. That's basically what this is for. So you can put a promise of what your email list is going to look like for them in that footer. Mine is something like, I send weekly emails, here's the kind of thing to expect, and then they can leave their name and their email. You can do the same kind of thing. Maybe you want to send monthly emails or weekly or whatever. You just put the promise of what it is that they're going to receive. Is it stories? Is it tips? Is it some mix of all of the above? Whatever it is, just make sure that you are clear. Another thing that you should do when you are creating your email list is write a welcome sequence to warm and nurture those new subscribers, because often if they are signing up to your list, they are potentially new to your world and they don't know that much about you. So if they sign up and they're just thrown into your weekly campaigns, then they don't really know what it is that you're talking about. You know, they don't have that context. So if you create a welcome sequence, then you can guide them and introduce them into all of the things that make you so special. This is a really good place to put in case studies and method overviews and share some teaching points or core pillars of your content. This can be anywhere between 3 emails and 10 emails long. I've seen a variety in there, and I've helped clients with a variety of styles as well. It doesn't have to be sent every single day. I like to make sure that the cadence matches the cadence of ongoing emails that you are going to be sending. So if you are doing a really robust, frequent welcome sequence, but then you only plan to email your list monthly to start, that might not make the most sense. Versus my welcome sequence is sending emails every single day, and then they are going to get weekly emails at least from me ongoing. But often I'll send extra emails throughout the week as it makes sense, whether that's pointing them to a promotion or additional content, this YouTube channel, the blog, other things that I think might help them. So making sure that that all aligns. But remembering that your welcome sequence can often be that first touch point into your world. So it definitely deserves the care and attention. Also, to create an email list, you're going to want to have a content plan going forward, because once you get all of these subscribers, you need to know what it is that you're going to say to them. Like, what is the point for them hanging out here? Also, keeping in mind that the stage of awareness of those who are on your email list is going to be different than those who are on your other marketing channels. Especially if they've gone through that welcome sequence, they know a little bit more about you. They might be problem aware, solution aware. They're just starting to get to know you. So you can give them different types of content than you would put in your more outward facing content marketing on your social channels or your blog, for example. And finally, you need a plan to drive traffic to the points of entry of your email list. So whether that's your lead magnet or your website footer, whatever it is, you need to have a content plan if you're going to do it organically, or you can look at paid advertisements to drive traffic to your opt-in pages. Whatever your plan is, you just need to come up with a plan. And again, paying attention to their stages of awareness when you are creating this plan. For example, someone who finds your blog on Google and then joins your email list, they are going to need different content from when they first find your blog and going to be searching for different types of answers than when they get farther into your email marketing and maybe start receiving weekly emails. So your content needs to be aligned with your ideal customer, but also their stage of awareness. Then if you are looking at paid advertisements, I mentioned that this is a great way to accelerate growth if you know that your lead magnets are converting. I've done ads in the past, and I have gone both the route of having somebody else manage it all for me with me really hands off, and then doing it myself. And honestly, I prefer doing it myself. That might not be the case for everyone. There is a learning curve, but I definitely think that people can learn it, and knowing that it will take time. So it's kind of your comfort level with copywriting, marketing, sales strategies, the tech behind it. Maybe it makes more sense to hire someone at first. When I first started managing my own ads, I also invested in one-on-one training with somebody who does ads in order to learn what I needed to effectively manage my ads and not waste a bunch of money. After all of that, I definitely prefer managing my own. I feel like I need to be a little bit more involved in the sales process, and I've had success in the past from managing my own. And honestly, I really like making my own creatives and writing the copy for it, obviously as a copywriter, and that kind of thing. I don't think that there's any one wrong way to do it, whether you do paid ads or organic, or you have help or you don't. It's just different strategies, different methods that are going to produce different outcomes depending on your business and your offers and your budget and that kind of thing. Next, let's talk about strategies that you can kind of keep in the back of your mind as you get better at email marketing. These are things that you don't have to do right away, but you should definitely have on your list to improve going forward. And basically the goal with all of this is to get even more personal and customized with the journey that you are giving to your subscribers, that you're guiding them through in order to get more sales when it comes down to it at the end of the day. So some things that you can do are better segment your list, people that are coming into your list. Who are they? How can you understand who they are? How can you add tags and create different categories of your subscribers in order to guide their journey and create offers and direct them towards offers that are going to be the best fit? So you can segment automations and build funnels that drive sales for the best fit people. You can send additional content outside of your weekly emails in order to continue to warm people within these different segments. You can track and categorize your subscribers in order to better understand their behavior. When you understand their behavior, this is all just data that you can use to improve your email marketing going forward, and basically just start to map that overall flow of your subscribers through your email marketing ecosystem. Now, tech tools. What tech tools do you need to start an email list? First, I always recommend ActiveCampaign. I really love using ActiveCampaign and have used it for years now. I think I switched over in 2020. I find it's really robust. It gives really great data. It connects with the platforms that I need to use. On the other hand, it is a learning curve, so if you are not very techy, then it might not be the good fit for you. It also can be more expensive than the other options. If you're a little bit newer to this online business world, or you want something that is maybe a bit easier to learn in the beginning, less expensive, then you can look at something like Kit, which was previously ConvertKit, or Flowdesk. If you are a course creator or you sell digital products, I tend to avoid the all-in-one platform. So maybe there are ones that offer email marketing within your course hosting, and they tend to not be as robust. They could be good if you are a beginner, but you might want to grow into something that's a little bit more comprehensive as your business grows. Okay, so hopefully this has encouraged you to create your email list. And if you want to start on the right foot by sending consistent emails, then you need to grab the newsletter prompt pack. This is my free resource for you. It is 52 newsletter copy prompts. So you can write literally an entire year's worth of emails in just 30 minutes or less each week. I'll leave a link for that in the description below. And if you have any questions about email marketing or starting your email list, then leave those in the comments below and I would love to help you. As always, thanks for hanging out with me and best of luck as you create your email list.